Yes. Hello, everyone. Good evening. How you all doing today? Well, I do have a special treat for everybody. Hey, Spencer. Yes. So tonight I will have Stevie J. Lundy. Stevie J. London. Man, he been through. How can I say? Born and raised in Standy. I hope I'm saying that right. Standy. Stanley Allen, Stanley Allen, New York. They did force MD. It's gonna be in the building within them 30 minutes. I'm giving everybody break time to get in here. Make sure you. Matter of fact, let me tell you this here. Subscribe, share, comment on my YouTube page, which is Bonnie Chambers. Subscribe. Hit that like button, which is the thumbs up button. Once you hit that like button, make sure you all go subscribe to the Bonnie Chambers podcast interview. Tonight, I will have Force MD Stevie London tonight. Force MD. Make sure y'all tell everybody. Make sure you all tell everybody that Force MD will be on the building with Bonnie Chambers live on Instagram. So, how can I explain it to you? Love is a house. You got the key. Tender love. Here we go again. Tears. Mercury Nelson. God bless his soul. Force MD, DJ J Rock, rapping DJ Magic, Tommy Boy's record. That's what we are talking about tonight. I'll Let Me Love You Tonight. Jesse was the voice of the lead singer to Let Me Love You Tonight. Let Me Love You. I'm sorry. It's called Let Me Love You. Hello, George Mason. Hello, everybody who just tuned in tonight. I will have Force MD himself, Jason, his brother, his uncle, family member. When I say Jesse, God blessed his living soul. Rest in peace to him. My prayers and thoughts and my condolences is to this family. Force MD. So, as you all tag along, make sure you go share this live. Hit that like button on my YouTube once it's been posted. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Make sure you hit that bell because you don't know when to chime in or when to not to chime in. But I'm just going to let everybody know to chime in. Hello, Mr. George Mason. How are you? And special shout out to George Mason, Ricky Jason. Oh my goodness, it's so many shout outs I needed to do. Michael Collier. Without Michael Collier, I would not be here where I'm at today. Melanie Camacho, my sister. Miss Arkansas, my sister. To the Collier clan family, thank you for supporting me. I'm saying this in person. I'm saying this right now. Thank you, guys, for believing in me. Thank you. Because I have to believe in myself first, and which I do. So before I start this here, because I'm waiting on Mr. Stevie Lundy. Give me a second and let me call him right now to let him know I am here. I am here. Family, friends, thank you for supporting me. It's been 2 years. And I'm almost ready in season 2. And this is how the great way to start a season 2, getting all the East Coast artists, all the West Coast artists, all the Midwest artists. Throw your hearts up right now. I would like to let you guys know this is such an honor to me. Thank you, George Mason. Let me mute myself. All right, my bad. Hello, Big Money Boss. How are you? So, let me tell you more history about Force MD while we were waiting. As we know, thank you. You just don't know. This I am excited about tonight. When I say Stevie, Lundy, I'm talking about Force MD. I'm talking about they came from Staten Island, New York, moved to Pennsylvania. But this is what we don't know. They had so many people in their lives that they had missed. They missing. They're not missing. God took them home. I want to say Charles Mercury Nelson, shout out to him. Hello, Tanja. Excuse me. Shout out to DJ Rock, Tommy Boy Records. Make sure y'all go share this live. Trisco. I want to say shout out to Trisco, who might be watching. New Edition. Let me tell you something. They compared New Edition to Force MD. That was a shocking to me because I never knew that how much comparison that these groups that I'm about to name, New Edition, Troop, they all have, and Force MD, I'm sorry, they all had something in common. They kind of put you in the mind of the Five Heartbeats, the Shy Lights. They kind of put you in a mind of the Temptation. When I say these guys were singing their hearts out in harmony, they were comparing. And this one nobody doesn't know. Here's the little secret. Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, they were compared to them. So when I say Force MD, I'm spreading the word out, guys. Force MD. I'm sorry. Wrong song. I'm at the wrong song. Yes. So I have questions that needs to be answered. And I hope I could be able to get all my answers together. Yes, I have written all of my answers, boys and girls, before I bring this young man on Sing his heart out, guys. Sing it. When I say this man, I ain't gonna say sing. It's sang. This brother sang for the bottom of his heart. Stevie D. London. Hello, King. How are you?
Sure.
I'm blessed. I cannot complain.
That's good.
Matter of fact, before I get started, I wanted to give you my condolences to you and your family. You all lost a huge loss back in 1995 to 1998. You know, like I told you earlier, I didn't know. I thought it was all a hoax, but now when I looked at your bio, when I read the bio, when I was looking on Unsung, I said I had to ask you this. How have you been? Like, seriously, mentally, how have you been?
Well, it's not been easy, but you know we've been, me and my other brother Khalil and my nephew Zayn been holding the group down, holding on the legacy. Lost 4 members of our group. You know, TC, my brother, brought out. Hey, what's up, y'all? We lost my uncle Jesse D. Lost lost Trisco, and you know it's not easy, but you know you got the you know they ain't gonna want us to stop, so they want us to definitely continue on the legacy. And that's what we've been doing for the last 6, 7 years. We just lost Jesse last year, Uncle Jesse. He wasn't in the group at the time, but he's part of the group. You know, he was going solo. He's about to come back to the group, so we lost him before he got a chance to come back to the group. So.
Wow. And my thing, you know, I was going through your bio. I was saying a little bit piece. You can always go back once I start the, you know, when I give it on to you on YouTube and everything. But you guys were compatible, not only New Edition, Troop, I want to say the OJs. I want to say I'm
I know about
sorry,
the
but
OJ.
this is how when I hear you guys. Yes, when I hear you guys sing, this is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing the baritone voice. I'm hearing the temptation. I'm hearing truth. You
Yeah.
know, I'm hearing, and a lot of people don't know, you all was compatible to Frankie Lemon and the Teenagers.
Yeah, we got our style from the when we wore the Letterman sweaters. We copied that from Frankie Lyman and the Teenagers, but we came with F's on our sweaters. So that was definitely a big influence. We was really big into doo wop back in the days. You know, we like to listen to harmonies, and that was our thing. So big respect to all the groups, man. New Edition, all the groups. New Edition right now is they the best ever in a lot of categories, and I highly respect them. They respect us as a group too, because we both toured a lot together. You know, of course, the Troops and everybody you named, definitely groups that we definitely love and respect. You know, people respect us like we respect them, and that's what we have. That's what has to do. We got to be a brotherhood when it comes to this music business. Instead of us going against each other, everybody hating on each other, we got to be a brotherhood and try to do things together. Because right now it's a newer generation of singers out there doing their thing, and us being old, we can't be the newer generation. We gotta be us. We gotta be what we were. And we're gonna just continue to make good music, and they're gonna put us on packages with groups back in our era, and groups probably in the 2000s. That's how it is nowadays. And all it is music. It all boils down to just good music, and that people come to concerts to enjoy hearing good music, and that comes from all decades of music, old and new.
And when I noticed when I was looking at the Unsung bio from your pops was very distinguished about you all's contract. What happened with the contract? He was very like unpleased with it.
Uh, at that time in the 80s, all contracts ain't like it is now. People were still learning. It's like learning from the 60s, 70s. There's a lot of contracts. A lot of groups got jerked back in the 80s. Even New Magician, they admitted they got jerked in the 80s too. It just happened a lot. It was standard contracts back then. Uh, People learn more nowadays because they learn from the mistakes that people made from the 80s, 70s about contractual agreements now. So it's definitely more, it's always, you got to know the business before the show. So it's show business, but you got to know your business first. We learned that. Everybody was just so right. At that time when we was young, we just wanted to get in the game, and we didn't really pay attention to a lot of things. But now we're very aware, and we got to teach the younger generation the same thing, to be aware of what you're signing and what you're doing nowadays.
Wow. See, I never knew that. I noticed like a lot of people becoming free agent, which were you all were back in the early part of the 90s, later part of the 80s, you all became free agent. So how did that affect you guys when you all became free agent? Did it put a big, huge impact on you guys, or did it just...
No, we actually was signed 1991. That's when we wasn't signed to any labels. We had to do our own things. That's when we became free agents in 1991. But we were signed to Tommy Boy Records and slash Warner Brothers for the whole from 1984 to 1990. So we made maybe 4 studio albums with Tommy Boy Records. That produced a couple of hit records, a lot of hit records that people would probably know. But you're pretty much more familiar with just Tender Love and Love Is a House. But we made many more before that. We made Tears, Here I Go Again, Itching for a Scratch. We made a lot of records before those 2
And
records that you named.
and I had to tell you,
So
Tears was Jesse's
yeah,
lead song, wasn't it?
no,
Or
no,
was it
no.
TC?
It was TC.
TC.
It was TC.
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 T as
TC
in
was
Tom and C
yeah.
as in Charles. TC. And
Yeah.
that was his first time ever did a lead song with you guys? I mean, when y'all was in the group?
Are you talking about
Yes.
TC?
When he made Tears, when you all
No,
did Tears. Because they hit #1 chart.
no. Yeah, that was our first top 10 song. TC also he co-led Let Me Love You. But Tears was definitely his first record that he was out on front. Him and Trisco did the bridge on Tears. Uh, and a lot left from there. TC did a lot of leads from there. Here I Go Again. And a lot of songs. Couldn't Care Less. TC did a lot of leads from there. A lot of lead songs. Love Is a House, Tender Love became my brother TC.
Wow.
Jesse D songs like 1+1. And then Trisco performed. He led some big songs too, like I Want to Know Your Names. You gotta know our songs, go into our history to know a lot. We did a lot of songs. We made a lot of songs. Like I said, much more than Tender Love and Love Is a House. People, real fans, true fans know these songs. They gonna say, oh, they made way more songs than that. Those are the most popular out of the most. Tender Love and Love Is a House. So I understand. It's okay because that is our definitely most popular. We made more top 10 songs than that, but Tender Love and Love Is a House was our biggest songs.
Wow. And I was, like I said, the Billboard record hit the charts. It reached up from 50 top. I'm not saying 50 bottom, I'm saying 50 top. And then you all hit 13 on one, and then Tears came up to #1. I was like, wow. And I never knew that. I always thought, wow. To be honest, I always thought Tender Love was the #1 and not Tears. I thought #2, Tears was just the hit.
You're wrong. I'm so sorry, sis. You're wrong. You learned, you learned while you talking to me. Love Is a House was #1. Love Is a House was the #1 record. Tears was the #1 record on other charts, like adult contemporary, the top 10 record. Tears was Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam, the big producing duo. That was their first crossover pop hit. Their first top 10 crossover top 10 hit was Tender Love from Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
And that's before Janet Jackson. Before
Before
Janet.
Janet, Audition, yes. Before, you know, because they produced, that's before Alexander O'Neal, all of them. Tender Love was first, crossover from the production
And I
team.
thought,
But
oh,
they
I'm
did
sorry.
produce they produced S Band, but it didn't. S Band was like top 10 R&B, but Tender Love was top 10 R&B and top 10 pop. That was the difference. But they did produce SOS Band and made a lot of big records, but it didn't go to the pop charts. Tender Love was their first pop crossover hit. Then after Tender Love, a lot of other records followed, like Saturday Love by Sherelle, Janet Jackson, New Edition. New Edition, yeah, that was their New Edition made a pop song about Candy Girl before that, but when they got with Jam and Lewis, was it If It Isn't Love was their first top 10 hit with Jam and Lewis. So we got a lot of history.
Yes, and I'm learning as I'm talking to you, as you say, and I remember that song. And like I told you, I may be young, but I knew some things, when it came to R&B, because that's the only thing my mother was allowed me to listen to. I couldn't listen to no raps. I couldn't listen to, Big Daddy Kane. I couldn't listen to none of those. Only person I had to listen to was R&B or gospel. you, you
Great,
know,
great.
and this is how I first found out about Tender Love, when I heard it at the age of 5. Then I watched the movie. And this is the honest truth. The reason why I watched
Yeah,
515 times 348 more times was watching Crush Groove when he was playing Tender Love. And I said, oh, I wish I could be in love like that. And my mom was like, you don't need to be in love. You don't know nothing about no boy. 5 years
yes.
old.
It was actually in the love scene with Sheila E. and Blair Underwood from the movie Crush Groove. People, all the listeners that's on New Edition was supposed to originally do Tender Love before us, but they had contractual problems that the record label wouldn't let them. So it landed in our lap, and we recorded it. And it became an instant classic. So and maybe some things are meant to be. I love New Edition, but it came in our lap. We had to do what we had to do. They're proud of us.
Period.
And so that's
Yes, and I've noticed that a few people that was in the movie, Force MD, it was a few parts of it, and a little bit y'all don't know. It was a few of them, not all of them, but just a few of them in that movie, Crush Groove. And that wasn't when they went to the club. Am I correct or am I wrong?
you say that we
Yes.
was in the movie?
It was just a,
No, he was not. No, sorry.
that hurt my heart. I thought you guys was
Woo!
in it because I used to argue with my cousins and everything. I'm like, that's Force MD.
No, no, it was Full Force that was in the movie. Full Force, like the big guys, the built guys, the girls. That was Full Force that played the movie. We was just on the soundtrack of the movie. On the love scene with Sheila E. and Blair Underwood. They played our song on the soundtrack. We was in a movie called Rappin' though, where we performed Itching for a Scratch. That was a big song in that movie. That's the movie we was actually in. It's called
Which it
Rappin'.
came out in
We
1986.
supposed, yeah, nah, Rapping came out in '85, thinking. But yeah, but he's definitely in that movie, and yeah. So I
Yes,
said, boy,
Bow
like a
Leg Lou. Shout out to Bow Leg Lou. I did see him that I did tell him that, not tell him, but I sent the link out to him, and hopefully Bow Leg Lou will come on. But
bow
yeah,
legged little bow leg.
Bow Leg and Lou, you guys. My tongue, I'm like tongue twisted, but I got my water. I got my H2O, so that's all it is, H2O. I gotta have that. But and I
Yeah,
wanted to say congratulations for you all had an honorary, a street honoring by you all's name.
yes, a street sign in our hometown, Staten Island, New York, called the Force MD's Way. out in Staten Island, right in front of the in the projects, right in front of our projects we grew up in. That was a real big honor, and we were very happy about that. You know, our good friends Wu-Tang Clan, they're from Staten Island, New York. Also, uh, they got a sign also called Wu-Tang District, and I'm really happy for them also. And that was something that really touched us because we, you know, members of the group that passed away, you know, wasn't here to see that, but we know they're here spiritually to honor that. You know, plus we have other members that was part of the Foursome D's family. Dr. Rock, DJ Dr. Rock was a DJ, and my cousin Lord K1, because we rocked, we was rappers at one time. So all of those guys are part of our team, and I know it was a big honor in Staten Island. It was a big day in Staten Island, and I'm just forever grateful that they offered us. They put that out there. So now it's a landmark in Staten Island, and that means a lot because the Foursome D's were the first group to come out of Staten Island, New York. Then Wu-Tang and Shaheem and a whole bunch of groups came out of there. I, I, a lot of out of Staten Island after us. UMC, you know, cats like that. Pop the Brown Hornet, Aftershock. A lot of groups came out of Staten Island after us, after we did. Mac Wilds, he's from Staten Island also. That's another guy that's from Staten Island. So Staten Island had a lot of little amazing acts.
Wow. You know what? That's my Black History moment right now. I feel like I'm in school in the class and writing down notes like this is actually a Black History Month. So I had to do it. I'm sorry. This is just me, guys. I love you, but I had to bring out the Black history into the music that I was listening to over the years. So if anybody's like, what? This is why. This is why I said, you never know, you know, because this is Black History Moment and this is our Black History Month. So salute to everybody who does not believe into Black History Month, but more power to you because we are Black and we are proud, okay? African American people.
No, no,
Right. And I got all my African colors from Ghana, so yes. You know,
that's what's.
But like I said, thank you. And this is an honor. My question and I know my manager gonna kick my butt for this, but you know, to shout out to my manager Tanja Bree. She been on my heels about this for quite some time and about my questions, and I had to ask you this. Today music. I know we have a new R&B stage, and then we got the new stage of rapping. What is your impact on these young people's music today?
You know, it's a new generation. A lot of these young kids got new ears. They got new ears to listen to what they feel that really gets them going. And you know, I don't condone the violence they talk about in the music. I hate that we keep stereotyping ourselves as drug dealers. Gotta get money here, down women. That's the part I really don't get, because that's something they can't sing to their grandmother. Hey, mom, made a record. Let me hear it. They cannot rap those lyrics they say on a record to their own grandmother because of all the language and the disrespect with some of the things they say about our own. We're talking about people, and it's us. Us as a Black race. We influence so many people. It's to the point that you're gonna get other races feeling comfortable, say, "Yo, what's up, my nigga? What's good? What's good?" Because we embrace it so much,
Right.
and I just think we need to really check ourselves. It's like it hurts me that they don't want to hear positive music. They'd rather hear somebody killing somebody this instead of something positive to try to. No one wants to hear a message that's going to help you in the long run. That's the only thing I don't like. You know, I like some of the R&B song. I like some of the R&B artists that's out right now. Not all rap is bad. Some is good, and some is just doing it to be doing it. Just joining the bandwagon of everybody else. You know, I can't knock them because this is their time, but I don't want to be like, hey, you old hater, But that's their time. And that's what these young kids like to listen to. They adapted to listening to that. And you know, what could you say? To each his own. But you know, I don't condone some of the music they got out there. It's just disrespectful. They don't like us being looked at as that's all they can rap about. All they can rap about is how much jewelry they got. They can rap about how many money they got. Blah 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 blah. Like they ain't used to no money, no jewelry. You know, just people just look at us differently, man. That's all. That's all. We could do better. Do like Jay-Z. Jay-Z, yeah, man. Going into businesses, do better. I hope a lot of these rappers are like that's getting rich are learning. I hope Jay-Z's a mentor to some of them as teach. This is what you need to do with your money. Keep buying this and that and just showing off. When people see tons of gold and jewelry on, to each his own, that's their choice. All they're gonna say to you is, "Oh man, that's hot." And that's it. That's nice, man. What you got on? That's like you having a nice jacket on. That jacket is nice. All you're getting is a compliment, but not knowing that compliment could turn to you getting shot and robbed.
Wow.
It's just got to be careful.
Wow. And that's the only thing I can say is like, wow. Because do you blame half of these record labels putting it out?
You know something? It's they want them. They don't get signed. Most of these artists don't get signed if they don't talk about street chicks, girls, BITHs. If they don't talk like that, they're not getting signed. They don't want no one talking something positive. They don't want to sign them. All they want is us to be like animals, talk to each other like animals, and this is what we do. That's all that record execs want to sign nowadays. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's sad because it's in our own. I feel like most of these rap artists, let me ask you this. Most of these rap artists is our African American young kings and queens. Am I correct that been speaking about this? Or you think it could be other races that have been speaking about this? Or
everybody following. Let me say something real quick. What I analyze is this. What you do, the younger kids follow. The younger kids follow what you do and what you say. They follow that. You know, I know they got games, shooting violent games they have, or video games, but when you are rapping about this, that, they get these younger kids mimic your words. I'm talking about 8, 9-year-olds mimic your mother effer. God, I want to kill you. Yeah, I'm down with the blood, the Crips. They mimic that stuff. They want to be that. This is wrong with our nation people right now. That we gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. I'm so serious, man. Younger generation brainwashed. That's why those execs says, yeah, keep saying that stuff. Keep talking that stuff so these kids, they can follow you. We can put y'all in jail and make money off us.
Yeah.
You just gotta be careful. Man. That's why, you know, I when I hear all the rap, I said, like it says, it's their generation. I'm just saying what I hear. Everybody's saying the same thing about, yo, I'm from this hood. I'm from blood, crip, bang, bang, pow, pow. B-I-T, suck my this, blah, blah, blah. It's just, and when I see people in parties just mimicking that, just like, yeah, this is cool stuff to say.
Yeah. And like Queen Latifah spoke it all, UNITY. When she made them,
yeah,
I think that was.
I'd rather be old.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd rather be old school the stuff they said. Now, like they ain't saying stuff like the Sugar Hill Gang, Houdini back in the days, like saying good stuff that still makes you dance. It still makes you dance and a good message to it. They don't want to hear the one love, lucky just have just one. They don't want to hear that no more. They want to hear, bitch, bitch. Mom, take wop, mom, wet ass. That's just too much, man. Oh,
yeah,
boy,
it is. It burns my ear every time I hear it. And I tell my kids, y'all better listen to. I tell them alone. My daughter, she was like, Mama, I like that song. I said, yeah, that's Forrest and D. She said, I not play it a lot. And she's only 16 years old. And my oldest son is 25, and he plays Forrest MD Forrest, I'm sorry. And then he played.
Whoa.
Force
Whoa! You
MD.
just said MD.
Force MD.
Force.
And then
No, it's Force. Listen, sis, it's Force MDs with an
Force
S, not Force
MDs. I'm
MD.
sorry, Force MDs. Force MDs. Force.
You scared?
Please forgive me. Chad, hold on to my tongue, Lord. Hold on to my tongue. Let me say these words correctly, Lord. I'm sorry. But yes, Force MDs, my children love to listen to. My daughter, she listens to Etta James. 16 years old.
Oh, that's good.
Listen to Etta James.
That's good music
Right.
there.
And then we listen to Donny
Yeah.
Hathaway. You know,
Whoa.
they going way back. They digging deep. They digging so deep because they don't even want to hear it no more.
Let me tell you why. Because that music is timeless. That's why. It's no expiration date to music like that. It's no expiration date to music like that. Marvin Gaye's, Michael Jackson's. It's no expiration date. That's why they're gonna always be here.
Yes.
Because there's no expiration. The music nowadays sound the same. It's like microwave. Everything sounds the same. A lot of it sounds the same. It's not gonna. It's hard to going back to real classic music, man. It's so much classic music that can't die because it's time. Younger kids listen. Man, that's nice. Wow, they made songs like that back then. Because that's what the real music. Luther Vandross, Whitney Houston, all that is classic stuff that never dies.
Yes.
And you know, I just gotta say that. You know, I gotta say that. And I must say, I have to go right now because I'm coming. Wait, my time.
It's okay.
Sorry.
Just give us the final word, and I will let you go.
Okay. Final word is, if you want to get into the business, make sure you're around a good team. Make sure you get around good energy. All right. Make sure you don't have no haters in your bunch. That's going to mess your energy up. And make sure you have the passion to do what you want to do. Make sure you got that passion and really want to do it. And don't let no one tell you that you can't do it. You gotta do it because it's in your heart, in your spirit. That's something you want to do. Don't let no one tell you you can't do it. God blessed us all with a talent. Just let that talent shine. One day you will be bigger than life.
Thank you, sir. This is an honor treat. Happy historical African American History Month to you, sir. And tell your mom and dad, and I said salute to them, because those are the kings that birth kings. Those are the kings and queens, I'm sorry, that birth those kings. And those kings have babies, and hey, you all are my kings. Salute. You know.
Salute,
Yes.
sis. Salute.
All right.
All right. Take care, everybody.
All righty then. Thank you again. There you have it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. This is an honor treat. The honor of learning my historical African American music. When I say Force MDs, those brothers sung their heart out. Those brothers have been through some storms, but God turned it around. And I want to cry right now, but I can't cry because they, you know, we lost so many people. So, I'm sorry, guys. Positive minds, positive energy. Don't let nobody take your joy away from you. Because your joy is your character, and your character is who you are today. I don't care what the day or what anybody had to say to you. Love yourself. Love on each other. Mainly love God first. Because without God, there will be no you. Peace and blessings to you all. Good night. Happy Monday. See you all tomorrow. I have another special treat for you all on tomorrow. I love you. Bye now.